Revolutionizing Healthcare.
Why go and wait to see a doctor when you can put on a hat or stick something on your chest and the doctor can remotely read vital signs and tell you? In fact, it won't be a doctor, it'll be the AI saying that, and then it'll tell you pass or go see the doctor, or at least have a nurse check it, or they'll be spending more of their time on the conversation than on making sure the paperwork's right and documenting everything, because it'll all be recorded. And that's a good thing. That's not surveillance, because that's private. The nice thing about that example I gave of Grace as the nurse's helper, when the patient checks out, it erases all the private information, starts over with the next patient, keeps all the knowledge it's gained from accessing every medical paper ever written, and all the other updates that are given. And when one learns something, they all learn something. It doesn't need to know my history. It's not like the chat GPT getting accused of scraping the wrong parts of the internet, public internet, and they looked at it. But none of that question will be talked about, because it will be, take care of this person, scan them, tell us if something happens. And so a lot more time to rest and actually get healthier while you're in a hospital, because you'll be able to sleep through the night because the thing will be watching you, and maybe a little bit less checking on seeing whether or not you ate all your food. So let's see. And of course, there's the robotic surgery, but the robots are going to do that better, and they're going to do it every time. So how's the future going to be in healthcare? A whole lot better, a whole lot cheaper, because you take out half of the work, and that you just don't need the checking and rechecking of paperwork. And let's face it, when you fill out the 6 pages of paperwork before you can see your dentist, I don't know about dentists, but any kind of doctor, and sometimes more, and they answer all the questions on intake. After you do all of that, that information on paper might get scanned and thrown away, or it might be stuck into a file, how we used to do it, and stay there forever. And no one need to look at it. It's there because if you didn't sign the right consent form and you later sue, they've got a paper saying that you did consent. And all that information is interesting to somebody at some point, but not in the normal what we go through. Assuming the doctor even looks at the paperwork, I've tried writing gibberish on a page. I get away with it. So there you go. Who's your next of kin, Santa Claus? You know, I think I tried that one once, but I've experimented with, and no one's ever called me on it. If there's a page with no writing and it had a yellow highlighter, then I better go back and put something where the yellow highlighter is. They check to make sure you complied, not doing anything with the information. There's a wealth of information in there. There's certain things that I would love to release and just have known. Not my personal medical stuff, but the kind of things like all this stuff where the government is doing a study to find out whether a senior's been abused. All those kind of things, those statistics mean something if they could see them on aggregate, instead of most of it becoming a piece of paper that is never seen again. And so I'm so excited, because I plan to stick around for as long as they'll let me and see all this technology to fruition. I think it'll be so good that we'll have 100-year-old marathon runners and people working like they were 50 all the way until they're 150. That's all going to be possible.